Archangel Michael says, someone whose footsteps were never supposed to echo near your home has just made their first move. They asked your neighbor a question so strange it left them frozen. They whispered your name like they already owned it. The moment you feared has now turned real. The stranger didn't come by mistake. They knew which street, which house, which corner your energy clings to. This was premeditated and shadowed in silence for weeks. Your neighbor didn't recognize them, but they sensed something was off. The eyes of that person didn't match their fake smile. As soon as the name you was spoken, your neighbor's heart skipped, and they locked their door after that. This is not a warning to be taken lightly. This is a message that stretches beyond coincidence and edges at a divine urgency. You were being watched before they showed up. And now, the veil has started to lift. Type Amen to get blessing 277. What makes this more dangerous is the timing. It's not just 29 minutes remaining in spirit. It's 29 minutes before something shifts physically around your home. This isn't imagination, it's encoded energy moving fast. Your name was not found accidentally. It was given to them, either through betrayal or through a deeper force that has been trying to sabotage you for months. They've gathered details you didn't even remember revealing. The way they walked to your gate, slowly glancing at each window. It was not curiosity. It was assessment. They were studying. They were planning. They asked if you still lived here, like someone had confirmed it before. This is not the first time they've spoken of you. It may be the first time you're hearing about it, but it's the third or fourth time they've circled your orbit. Type Amen to get blessing 149. Some of the neighbors sensed something. One closed their curtain and muttered your name under their breath. They didn't want to get involved, but they're afraid to. You must know this. This stranger is not just seeking information. They are carrying something either physical or spiritual with them, something meant to harm, expose, or disturb your peace. You are not overreacting. You are being guided right now, just in time. The knock hasn't happened yet, but the energy of it is racing through your walls already. Their goal is to reach you before you can prepare. Before you can spiritually guard your space, before you can lock the gates within and without. Type Amen to get blessing 393. You will remember this night. You will feel chills for no reason because your spirit is ahead of your flesh. The knock is not from a normal visitor. This person who asked about you didn't come alone. They might appear alone, but there's a backing behind them, a darker intention. A deeper layer. They've been waiting for you to be vulnerable. They thought tonight was the night to strike. But they didn't know you'd be warned. You are not just a person, you are marked by divine favor. That's why their plan will collapse if you act now. Type Amen to get blessing 221. Archangel Michael says this is the same energy that tried to confuse your mind 3 months ago, the whisper that told you to quit. The face you once saw in a dream and thought meant nothing. It meant everything. If you are feeling uneasy, it's not paranoia. It's the truth preparing to scream louder than lies. Your intuition is awake and armed. You are not safe if you ignore this message. Not physically, not spiritually. But you are protected the moment you act. Don't wait for them to knock. Cleanse the space. Pray with authority, and shut every portal that's been accidentally opened around you. Type Amen to get blessing 308. The neighbor didn't want to alert you. But now, They're looking through their blinds every 5 minutes. They've never seen this person before. Yet the way they walked felt like they had history. Your name wasn't just spoken, it was spoken like it was owed to them. Like they had a right to say it. Like they had a memory attached, but that is false ownership. This stranger has no authority over your destiny. No claim on your spirit, no keys to your gates. There's a plan to rattle your stability. But Archangel Michael has stepped in with armor you didn't know you had. He has drawn a line that will not be crossed unless you give silence when action is needed. Type Amen to get blessing 134. There's an item in your home they're trying to connect to. It could be clothing, a piece of paper. Something tied to your past. You must spiritually seal it. Every corner of your house must be declared sacred. Every door must be anointed in presence and intention. You have the power to cut every tie before it grows. This visitor doesn't want conversation. They want information. They're not asking who you are, they're asking where you are. They know the who already. This isn't the first house they've asked around it. Your name is not the only one on their tongue. But it's the one that carries weight. Type Amen to get blessing 387. You are stepping into a moment of decision. Either you defend your spiritual perimeter now, or deal with the chaos after it's entered. The stranger is still close. They haven't been for. But they feel something blocking them now, your awareness. There is still time. 29 minutes with the warring, and now it's shrinking. Don't give those minutes away. Do something symbolic right now, lock the gate. Burn incense. Place salt near doors, speak aloud. Nothing meant to harm me may cross this threshold. Type Amen to get blessing 278. If you feel tired, that's not from today's stress, it's spiritual drainage. Someone tried to pull your energy without your permission. A spiritual thief walks like a friend, dubs like a lost traveler. But their goal is to extract, confuse, and collapse your path. You've already overcome worse, and you'll overcome this too. But this time, you will confront it before it can manifest physically. They almost got through, they thought your silence meant absence. But you awaken now. If you wish to express your support further, you have the option to give super thanks with contributions of up to $1.20. Type Amen to get blessing 540. They are hoping someone in your area will open the gate for them, someone who doesn't know the full story. Someone they've tricked into trust. You need to know this, a woman knows about it. She saw them. She may have even pointed the direction. Not everyone around you is unaware. Someone near you is pretending they don't see what's going on. But their silence is a shield for their guilt. They are trying to deliver you silently. But your protection has already spoken louder than their plan. Type Amen to get blessing 302. This stranger is either watching from a car parked near I, or will return there once they failed to reach you. If your spirit urges you to look, obey it. You are not alone in this moment. The divine is surrounding your home. The angels have been dispatched. Not in fear, but in command. The plan to harm you has now backfired. They came for clarity but were met with resistance. What you carry cannot be stolen. Tonight is not just about defense. It's about reclaiming territory. Stand up now and declare your home protected. Type Amen to get blessing 399. They may try one last attempt before midnight. You'll hear something. A knock, a movement. Maybe even silence too loud to ignore. When it happens, remember you were warned, you were chosen to know before they act. That's spiritual power in motion. The moment of their defeat has already begun, because you didn't stay asleep. You woke up to the signal. There's nothing more powerful than a soul alert and aligned, and tonight, that's exactly who you are. Type Amen to get blessing 170. You've been marked. But not by danger. By purpose. That's what they didn't expect. They assumed you were alone, silent, unaware. But your spirit is not asleep, you are guarded by realms they cannot even pronounce. Each step they take toward you echoes back with resistance. The closer they come, the heavier their feet become, they feel the tension in the air when they stand near your name. They try to mask it. But they are shaken, something invisible keeps pushing them back. Not every neighbor will tell you what they saw. But that doesn't mean they didn't feel it. Someone's eyes widened when the name was mentioned. They knew that was no coincidence. Type Amen to get blessing 500. For this isn't just about protection. It's about reclaiming what they tried to take long ago. Your power. Your control, your light. They have studied your movements from a distance. Their goal was never to say hello, it was to get close enough to manipulate your peace. What they don't understand is this. Every footstep closer brings consequences. Archangel Michael stands arm in your atmosphere, pushing back every wicked intent. You are not the same vulnerable person you once were. You are awakened now, heaven. Marked by force greater than darkness. Type Amen to get blessing 266. Your energy has been speaking louder than your voice, it has been calling reinforcements. The angels are standing in positions you cannot see. Guarding entry points and thresholds, there is something sacred about your door tonight. It is not just wood and metal. It is a line they cannot cross. Their knock, if it comes, will bounce back spiritually. But that only works if you don't answer with fear. You must respond with power. The stranger thinks their presence will intimidate. But your courage will disarm them. Your awareness is a sword now. Type Amen to get blessing 121. Someone from your past may be connected to this moment. Someone who once smiled but meant harm. They whispered your location in the wrong ears. You have been protected from many setups like this before. But this one is different. It's more strategic. More urgent. Because they are desperate now. Your rising has disturbed their comfort, your name being blessed has become their worst fear. But heaven has already voted on your destiny. And this stranger's plan, it does not pass. Type Amen to get blessing 377. A sound may come. A tap on the wall, a flicker in the light. A strange car engine humming too long. When it does, know this, it's not random. It's signaling. The darkness always sends a signal before a strike, but the divine sends a louder one before the protection seals in place. You've seen signs lately. A dream, a repeated number. A strange delay in your day. These were not just moments, they were warnings wrapped in disguise. The stranger's body is here. But their reason is deeper than even they admit. Something was sent to follow you. But it won't reach you. Type Amen to get blessing 194. There is an envelope, somewhere between their hand and your space. Maybe physical. Maybe symbolic, but what's inside is meant to disrupt. You must pray over your name tonight. Speak it aloud with boldness. Say, my name is covered. My life is off limits. My gates are sealed. These are not just affirmations. These are activations. What you speak now will determine what passes through your atmosphere. Archangel Michael says, there is still time. But only if you act before the knock. Every second matters now. Type Amen to get blessing 602. You might notice your pet staring at a corner for no reason. You may feel cold even in warmth. These are signals. Your body knows what your mind hasn't processed. You were never meant to fight this alone. This stranger came thinking you were unguarded, but what they've approached is a fortress. You are stronger than their fear tactics. You are brighter than their shadows. You are louder than their silence. They have tried to dig into your past. But they will bury their own plans there instead. This is the final time they get this close. Type Amen to get blessing 257. Someone is watching them. Not you, them. Their movements have drawn more attention than they expected. Even the heiress started resisting. They will try to disappear after tonight. Once they realize their efforts failed. But what they started, it ends now. You don't have to move in fear. Only in awareness. Don't shrink, rise. Cleanse your space. Burn what must be burned, lock what must be locked. There is no space for confusion. Only clarity. The knock will be loud. But your spirit will be louder. Type Amen to get blessing 130. Some energies don't enter through doors, they enter through emotional cracks. But now, you are sealing every breach. One by one, door by door. The stranger asked your neighbor thinking it would go unnoticed. What spirit noticed? Light noticed, the angels noticed. They thought they were looking for you. But they were being watched themselves. Every step they took was recorded in the divine realm. Their face. Their name, their motive. All exposed now. Heaven has intercepted. Type Amen to get blessing 450. Someone in your lineage tried to warn you of this long ago. Maybe in a dream. Maybe through words you didn't understand then, but now, you do. The pattern has returned. But this time you will break it. What haunted them will bow before you. What destroyed them will flee from your gates. Your home is sacred ground now. You are not just reacting. You are standing in command. They will remember this night not as a victory, but as a failure. Because you didn't just open your eyes. You opened your spirit. Type Amen to get blessing 356. The timing wasn't random. 29 minutes was not just about minutes. It was about what you do before something irreversible enters. You have the authority to shift it. The stranger will retreat confused. They'll wonder why their steps felt so heavy, why the air wouldn't let them pass. They will never know the army standing with you. But they'll feel it, oh, they'll feel it. Because no darkness can win where light has been declared. And tonight, you declared it. Type Amen to get blessing 199. They may try again, but they won't get this close again. This was their final rehearsal. The stage is now closed. Let them knock. Let them speak your name again, but your space hath been reinforced. You are no longer afraid. You are aware, you are not a target. You are a fortress. And Archangel Michael says, well done, you didn't ignore the knock. You prepared before it came. Type Amen to get blessing 700. Now that the knock failed, they are retreating in silence. But don't confuse that with surrender. They will try to re-enter another way. This is why your guard must remain higher than ever. They may pretend to disappear, but their curiosity has turned into frustration when the door didn't open, when the house stayed still. Something in them broke. They did not expect your spiritual walls to hold. Every time they mentioned your name, they expected submission, but your name carries armor. It is wrapped in divine fire now. They came with entitlement, they leave with emptiness. Their silence now is the echo of defeat. Type Amen to get blessing 644. In the coming days, you may hear stories about a visitor no one knew, a car parked too long, a question whispered about your presence. All of it connects to tonight. All of it confirms the truth. Some people will admit what they saw. They'll pretend it was nothing, because they are afraid to, but the energy has spoken louder than their mouths. They may call it coincidence, but your spirit calls it by name. Invasion denied. You were spared. Not by chance, but by divine timing. Type Amen to get blessing 332. The one who gave them your name is closer than you think. They may smile at you often. They may even ask how you're doing. But behind their eyes, they carry the guilt of exposure. They thought by passing on your name, they'd earn favor. Instead, they've cursed their own energy. They have no idea what storm they invited. Because messing with someone chosen doesn't end in silence, it ends in judgment. Tonight begins a new chapter. Longest of protection, but revelation. Type Amen to get blessing 198. You'll start noticing things. I've explained disruptions. A message left with no name. A delay you didn't expect. These are fragments of what almost entered your life. The knock may not come at your door, but in your phone, or through someone pretending to check on you. Their voice will tremble if you ask the right words. Because they know they crossed a line. And now, heaven is drawing the consequences. Archangel Michael says you have officially shifted realms. No longer a watcher. You are the warrior now. Type Amen to get blessing 513. There's one more thing they don't expect. Your light is spreading. Your name, once whispered in secrecy, will now be spoken in victory. They tried to hide you, but this incident forced your elevation. The same energy that came to scare you will now serve as proof of your calling. You are not here by accident. You were born for this confrontation. They underestimated the storm within you, but they will make that mistake again. From this day forward, your name becomes untouchable. Type Amen to get blessing 612. Don't be surprised if someone unexpectedly apologizes to you. They'll do it awkwardly, clumsily, indirectly. It's their spirit trying to find peace after standing too close to your fire. They didn't believe your protection was real until they saw it block what was meant to reach you. Now they know. And they are afraid of what will happen if they don't correct their course. You don't need revenge, you need clarity. And that's what this season is delivering to you. Piece by piece, every lie is unraveling. Type Amen to get blessing 204. Do not stop your cleansing, keep burning, praying, covering, and cutting every tie. The exposure may be over, but the purification is just beginning. You wake up lighter, more aware, more certain of who should stay and who must leave. That stranger may try a different disguise next time, but you will recognize the energy. It always shows before the mask does. Let your boundaries be louder than their words. Let your discernment rise like thunder. Type Amen to get blessing 301. Even your dreams will shift now. You'll see faces clearer. You'll feel timelines collapse. What was confusing will now organize itself. The angels are still stationed around you. They did leave when the knock failed. They are guarding the aftermath now, making sure no residue remains. You will begin to remember small warnings you once dismissed, until here, and delay there. All of it now makes perfect sense. You were never paranoid. You were ahead of time. Type Amen to get blessing 721. This is a spiritual milestone. From here, you don't move the same. You've been tested and passed with presence. Your home is no longer just a place. It is a declaration, a sealed sanctuary. Let the enemy know. They are no longer just unwelcome, they are blocked. Permanently. Let the whisperers understand, saying your name now carries consequence. Type Amen to get blessing 129. If they try again, they will find their own face reflected back to them. Not in fear, but in justice. The mirror has turned, and their gaze is now being watched. Tonight was more than a moment, it was a message. And it came with thunder you didn't even hear yet. Your silence is louder than their plans, your calm is stronger than their noise. The knock didn't come because you were warned in time. But if it does now, you know exactly who stands beside you. Type Amen to get blessing 306. And if it comes tomorrow, you won't flinch. Because power lives in you now. OT rented, woot. Archangel Michael says. This is your new armor, awareness. Fire. Authority, wear it every day. Wrap your voice in it. Wrap your steps in it. You are no longer hiding. You are no longer soft to the wrong people. You are the reason their plan failed. You are the line they cannot cross. Type Amen to get blessing 407. The energy around your home is shifting again, but this time, it's peace moving in. Not the false peace they tried to offer, but the real kind. Born from battle. You'll feel it when you breathe, the wit gone. Attention lifted. It's heaven cleaning up after war. This war didn't need swords. It needed awareness. And you won it with your choice to listen. You are not who you were before this message. You are now a storm the enemy regrets waking. Type Amen to get blessing 555. The stranger has moved locations. They are no longer visible from your window. But that doesn't mean they are gone. They are circling now. Confused. Looking for another point of access. They never expected this resistance. Something unseen stopped them before they could even raise their hand to knock. They felt it, a presence that made their body go cold. They backed away slowly. But their mind is still restless, they don't know what blocked them. But they fear it now. Type Amen to get blessing 613. There's something you must understand. When you take spiritual authority, it sends shockwaves, not just around you, but in the realms that listen. And the ones who came with intention now know they are dealing with more than flesh. Your ancestors rejoiced the moment you stood firm. Their battles were not in vain. You just became the one to complete what they could not finish. You are carrying the power of generations. And that's why this night will be written in your personal book of victory. Let them search, let them ask. They'll find nothing but silence and sealed doors. Type Amen to get blessing 287. Your name, once passed around like gossip, is now guarded like gold. They will think twice before they speak it again. This stranger who asked about you didn't just stumble into your street. They were led, either by a person from your past or a spiritual thread tied to unfinished energy. But now that tie has been cut. You've broken what connected them to you, you owe them nothing. Even your shadow has become too powerful for them. Type Amen to get blessing 722. There is a woman involved. Not the stranger, but someone who knew how to direct him. She's been quiet lately. Watching. Waiting. He gave your details like they were hers to give. She thought her silence would shield her. But the divine realm has already marked her energy. You may soon receive a message from her. Something casual. Something friendly, but don't be fooled. He's getting to see if her instructions read you. You don't go over a reply, you owe yourself distance. Type Amen to get blessing 333. You'll notice her soon, a look too long. A smile too forced. A sentence that trembles when it shouldn't. She feels exposed now. Because your spirit has named her. Even before your lips have, you may not have spoken it aloud. But you know. Archangel Michael says, your knowing is your weapon now. You don't need evidence. You need awareness, and that's already flowing like fire. Your silence is powerful. It's shaking the ground beneath those who betrayed you. Type Amen to get blessing 275. There are some people who once walked freely into your space. But after tonight, they'll feel blocked. Not by lux but by light. They'll try to speak casually, they'll act like nothing's wrong. But the moment you make eye contact, their soul will flinch. That's your energy speaking louder than words. That's divine protection echoing from your presence. You are becoming untouchable, not just physically, but energetically. Type Amen to get blessing 488. Clean out your space. There may be items you've overlooked. Clothing, notes, Objects that hold energy from a person connected to that stranger. Don't keep what's cursed, anything that carries the weight of betrayal. Discard it. Cleanse the room they would have entered, light what you need to light. Declare what you need to declare. This is your house, your sanctuary. Your protected field. Let every object know who rules the space now. Type Amen to get blessing 611. Your dreams are about to change. They will show you visions you once weren't ready to see, Mame's face of places. It won't be nightmares. It will be information, downloads from a higher realm to keep you prepared. You awaken knowing exactly who to avoid and who to release. That's the gift that comes after obedience. You listen to the warning. Now heaven is pouring insight into your rest. Type Amen to get blessing 343. That knock didn't happen for one reason. You moved in spirit before they moved in flesh. And that shift created a chain reaction that will echo for weeks. They thought your home was just another place. They thought your name was just another name. But they forgot who watches over you. They will remember now. And they will retreat into their own confusion. What was meant to break you just broke them. This stranger will not recover from this spiritual collision. Type Amen to get blessing 147. Don't open any unexpected messages. For the next few days be careful of links, photos, or accidental calls. They are still trying to slip through the cracks. What failed physically, they will now attempt digitally. Guard your devices as much as your doors. Change a password if you must. Your protection must be full circle. Your peace is the real prize they seek to disturb. But they cannot have what was never theirs. Type Amen to get blessing 355. You've gained something tonight. Not just safety, but rank. And the realm of the spirit, you've been promoted. You are no longer a passive receiver of attacks. You are a commander of energy. Your awareness has created authority. That stranger may try elsewhere. But they will always remember your name as the wall they couldn't break through. Let that be a lesson to every enemy in silence. You are shielded beyond reach. Type Amen to get blessing 627. Archangel Michael says, now that you've passed this test, prepare for what's next. A blessing was held until this night ended. And now it will be released. The stranger came with darkness. But they activated your light even more. And that awakening was your access to the next level. The door they failed to knock on has now become a gate of favor for you. Your reward is arriving. Not just spiritually, but tangibly. Type Amen to get blessing 221. The person who spoke your name in the wrong circles is about to lose access to every benefit they once had. They thought betraying you would open new doors. Instead, they've cursed their own path. Heaven doesn't stay silent forever. And tonight, the scales were balanced. Let them pretend they don't know what happened. Eat down. Their soul is trembling. You didn't have to strike back. Heaven did it for you. Type Amen to get blessing 513. This message was not just a warning. It was your confirmation. The things you suspected were true all along, and now you walk forward unafraid. You no longer guess who's for you. You no longer wonder if you're protected. You feel it. The next knock you hear won't be danger, it will be destiny. Type Amen to get blessing 800. What the stranger didn't realize is that their steps have become a testimony, not against you, but against themselves. Every inch they walk toward your home has been marked and recorded by realms they do not understand. They thought this was a small action, but they've triggered a spiritual consequence they cannot escape. You were chosen long before this moment. That's why the atmosphere changed the moment they uttered your name. Their breath carried weight they didn't have permission to release. Now, they've lost their ability to hide. The veil is lifted. The judgment begins. Type Amen to get blessing 444 from tonight forward. Anyone who speaks your name with evil intent will feel the burning in their chest. Your words will not form easily. Your throat will tighten, their energy will collapse. You are wrapped in a firewall. It's not visible but it's impenetrable. They may try you but they won't reach you. Your ancestors are clapping in the spirit realm. Your angels are standing taller. You didn't just defend yourself. You activated divine laws that cannot be reversed. The battlefield is now yours. Type Amen to get blessing 188. Now take notice. Over the next 3 days, people who once ignored you may try to reconnect. They will act as if nothing happened, but your spirit will expose the truth behind their eyes. These are not reunions. These are tests, and you will pass every single one. You own no one access to your peace. What you've built in silence must now be guarded with fire, the stranger with the alarm. But the real enemy is the familiarity pretending to be safe. Type Amen to get blessing 512. Archangel Michael says, there is one door still open. Close it now. Whether it's a person, a habit, a thought, or a repeating pattern, seal it. This is not the time for loose ends. They found your name because something remained exposed, but now, your awareness has covered every crack. You are no longer who you were even hours ago. You shifted to millions, you stepped into spiritual maturity. And now, they can no longer trace you. Let them search, they'll find nothing but silence. Type Amen to get blessing 340. Your peace is going to feel heavier in the coming days, not because something is wrong, but because true peace carries divine weight. You'll move slower. You'll speak less, you'll hear more. That's what happens when the Spirit leads instead of fear. This knock that didn't happen is now a spiritual reminder that you are never alone. You are never unguarded. You are never unworthy of warning. Heaven write to you tonight. Type Amen to get blessing 606. Even the floorboards felt it. Even the air whispered it. The energy around your home has become sacred. And those who try to step into it without permission will be spiritually exposed. They'll try to pretend, but they'll stutter. Their smiles will crack. Their hands will shake. That's what happens when someone unclean walks into holy ground. And now your space is holy. Don't explain yourself to anyone. They will feel your transformation long before you say a word. Type Amen to get blessing 244. There's a new chapter ahead, one that cannot be touched by those who knew the old you. The version of you that tolerated everything is gone. This new you commands the room without speaking. This new you chooses peace over approval. This new you doesn't flinch when shadows knock. They tried to stop your rise, but all they did was confirm it. Their knock was your announcement. Type Amen to get blessing 299. Tonight will replay in their mind for weeks. They'll remember the cold air, the silence, the feeling of being watched. Not by men but by realms. That's what it means to be divinely guarded. You don't need to fight. You just need to be still. Heaven does the rest. They came thinking you were weak. They left knowing they could never touch you. This was the final attempt. Type Amen to get blessing 311 in the spirit realm. Your name is now written in bold, highlighted, protected. There is a fence around your destiny that cannot be breached. You'll start noticing strange apologies, energy shifts. People avoiding your eye. That's not coincidence, that's confirmation. They've felt what you didn't say. And they've seen what you didn't show. Your silence has become a sword. Type Amen to get blessing 377. There will be dreams where you are flying. That's your spirit showing you that no matter who tries to chain you, you've already risen. Your steps will feel lighter. Your sleep will feel deeper. That's what happens when burdens are removed without your hands lifting a thing. You didn't just win tonight. You were crowned tonight, and the knock they planned has now become the door you closed forever. Type Amen to get blessing 200. There is one final message from the divine. Your name is no longer available for misuse. Anyone who tries to manipulate it, speak it wrongly, or attach shame to it, will be silenced by heaven itself. You are entering the reward season now, the light that follows a storm. The feasts after the war. The stranger who asked about you, they asked the wrong question to the wrong neighbor because the answer became judgment. They now know you are not to be approached lightly. Type Amen to get blessing 550. Your protection is generational. What failed to touch you also failed to touch your lineage. Your children, your space, your future, all covered. The knock was blocked because your destiny was sealed. It was signed before the foundations of time. And no stranger with a name on their tongue can override that signature. You didn't just survive. You were re-anointed in silence. And now, even time bows to your path. Type Amen to get blessing 777. Archangel Michael says, rest now. The battle is over, the gate is locked. The wind has calmed. The enemy has fled. Sleep without fear. Walk without hesitation. Declare your home holy. They asked about you. But now they've forgotten how to speak. Because the power you carry just rewrote the ending. Type Amen to get blessing 999. Though the stranger has retreated, the energy of the encounter still echoes. It was not meant to destroy you. It was meant to reveal you. What once walked silently in the background has now been dragged into the light. Every step they took triggered a divine camera. Every glance, every whisper, every ounce of curiosity about you had been archived in spiritual files. Their record is complete now. And you are no longer on trial. You have been proven worthy in the presence of silent warfare. Type Amen to get blessing 1001. You were not supposed to see the signs, but you did. You were not supposed to feel the alert. But you did. That's the sign of one aligned with the heavenly watchtower. There are others who have felt your shift. They would say it aloud, but they've noticed the glow around your eyes. The way your presence makes others stumble. It's not arrogance, it's divine voltage. You carry something now that others can't define. You were warned, and you responded. Type Amen to get blessing 311 from this moment forward. Your gate is not just physical, it is spiritual. And unless heaven permits, no one gets access. Archangel Michael has posted invisible sentries at every angle, north, south, east, west. Your corners are sealed. Your atmosphere has been recalibrated. They will try again, but not with you. They'll find someone else to question. Someone else to haunt. But they'll remember the name they couldn't conquer. And that name is yours. Type Amen to get blessing 828, you will begin to see patterns break. Cycles that once drained you now fade without resistance. That's the reward for surviving the unseen war. What was trying to take from you now returns multiplied. What once ran from you will now chase you, and what once overlooked you will soon have no choice but to acknowledge your divine ranking. This night became your sword. This message became your shield, and this awareness has now upgraded your atmosphere permanently. They can knock on every other door. But yours will remain locked to the enemy, and wide open to destiny. Type Amen to get blessing 999 somewhere right now. The stranger is quiet, not by choice, but by fear. Something unseen is gripping their spirit. Replaying every second they stood too close to your name, they felt something ancient the moment they turned your corner. Something they couldn't explain. Iberfwim, their confidence cracked. That wasn't just your presence. That was divine fire guarding your existence. Type Amen to get blessing 888. Every moment they spoke your name was recorded. Not in your ears, but in heaven's archive, and that recording will speak against them long after you forget this night. You didn't have to retaliate. You didn't need revenge. The universe already began responding before you even moved. That's the beauty of being chosen. Justice is automatic, you live under divine contracts no stranger can write. Type Amen to get blessing 999. They now carry the weight of their own curiosity, a weight heavier than they expected. A weight they'll never drop. Because your energy has now marked them for memory, not for victory. From this point on, every shadow near your name will break into light. Every plan drawn against you will reverse in midair. Every hand lifted to harm you will shake before it touches, even those who watch silently. Their peace will be disturbed until they release what they've held against you. Your freedom has just caused a spiritual earthquake. Type Amen to get blessing 444. Archangel Michael says, your new season is beginning right now, not in days. Not in weeks. Now, you can feel it. The shift is not external. It's inside your blood. You'll feel your spine straightened for no reason. Your voice sharpened. Your step steady. That's divine alignment correcting everything within you. Let the strangers walk away in confusion. Let the silence speak your legacy. Let your name become what it was always destined to be. A wall no darkness can cross. You didn't just survive the moment, you conquered the realm. Type Amen to get blessing 1000. There is a silence now, but it is not empty. It is sacred. It is the quiet that comes after angels finish their assignments. The stranger may never knock again. Not because they forgot you, but because they now fear what protects you. Every time they think of your name, their skin tightens. Their path is blocked. They've lost more than access, they've lost permission. And they cannot be bought back. Type Amen to get blessing 777. You were not warned by accident. You were pulled into awareness at the exact second the spirit realm needed you alert. And you responded not just with ears, but with action. That alone has shifted timelines. You may feel like nothing happened tonight. But in truth, everything happened tonight. Portals were sealed. Plans were crushed before they even reached your feet. And now, the rest of your life is flowing from this moment. Type Amen to get blessing. 432 people will look at you differently now. Even those who don't know what happened will sense something has changed. It's not confidence, it's confirmation. You walked through the valley of the shadow, not of death, but of exposure. And nothing taught you, because something higher was walking ahead of you, behind you, and on both sides. This is not imagination, this is your reality now. A realm of divine insulation has wrapped itself around your days. Type Amen to get blessing. 111 Archangel Michael says, rest in peace, but not just the kind the world gives. Rest in the peace that knows you're guarded even while sleeping. Your door is sealed. Your windows carry fire. Your name is etched on a heavenly wall where no hand of harm could reach it. You don't have to keep looking over your shoulder. You don't have to check the locks twice, heaven already did. You have become unshakable. Type Amen to get blessing. 10,000 somewhere unseen. A scroll has just closed with your name marked in gold. The spiritual record of this night has been completed. Not a moment missed. Not a single threat left unaccounted for. You didn't just endure an attack. You stood in the eye of it and remained unbent. Your spirit did not flinch. Your home did not collapse. And now, the heavens have released your next chapter. Type Amen to get blessing. 1,200 to what they meant for infiltration has become the soil of your elevation. Their curiosity about you has now cursed their access. Their footsteps have now been erased from your path. You are entering a zone of untraceable movement. A divine invisibility cloak has fallen over your life. You will move forward with no interference. Those who try to track you will see fog, those who try to speak on you will lose words. Because when heaven says untouchable, every realm obeys. Type Amen to get blessing. 317. You may feel emotional in the coming hours. Not from fear, but from recognition. Your soul has just survived what your mind hasn't fully understood. Ears may come without warning. Let them fall. They are the final drops of release from everything that tried to enter you through this open door. You are not crying because you're weak. You are crying because you're free. And freedom always weeps when the prison finally disappears. Type Amen to get blessing. 908. The knock that did come with the answer you've been praying for. Heaven didn't just block them, it honored you. There are victories louder than shouting. This was one of them. It happened in the shadows. It happened in silence. But the exploit in the spirit shook demandants. Even if no one says it aloud, tonight, you won a battle that others would have collapsed under. You stood. You listened, you rose. Type Amen to get blessing. 4444. Archangel Michael says, you were the gatekeeper all along, and now the gates have been reinforced. Not with chains, but with light. Your borders now blind the ones who try to trespass. That stranger will wander for a while, wondering why nothing feels open anymore, wondering why the energy has shifted. They'll try to blame the wind, the timing, the fear. But deep down, they'll know the truth. You were not alone, and that realization will haunt them longer than any door they failed to enter. Type Amen to get blessing. 6060. This is not the end of the story, it's the origin of your next greatness. What you did in quiet obedience tonight activated a future you haven't even imagined yet. Your name will be remembered in rooms you never walked into, your voice will carry even when you're silent. Your aura will speak even when your presence isn't near. Because when you align with divine allure, the world begins to listen, even when you whisper, you are now being watched, but not by enemies. I favor. Type Amen to get blessing. 10001, and favor is relentless. It does not knock. It enters, it doesn't ask permission. It arrives on command. It has now been released into your life with no expiration. You may start seeing unexpected opportunities. Unexplained favor. Delays that suddenly disappear, resistance that suddenly crumbles. It's not random. It's not luck, it's the reward of survival. Because when you listen to the whisper, heaven shouts your blessing in return. Type Amen to get blessing. 515. Tonight was not about fear. It was about graduation. You stepped into a new realm of spiritual intelligence, you now sense things others ignore. You respond to silence with awareness. You treat stillness like strategy, that is what makes you dangerous. Not to the world, but to darkness. Your knowing has become your defense, and your destiny is now locked in with fire. Type Amen to get blessing. 2020. Even now, the heavens are still vibrating from your obedience. The stranger failed. The watcher fled. And the one who whispered your name have been muted in realms they don't even understand. You didn't just win. You changed the rules of the game. Their blueprint melted when your light intensified. Their access collapsed because your awareness expanded. No force on earth can touch what heaven has sealed. Type Amen to get blessing. 3003. Your timeline is now clean. The interruption has been deleted. What was meant to throw you off course has now redirected favor into your hands faster than expected. Someone was trying to reroute your life in the shadows. But instead of distraction, they unlocked acceleration. Your delay just turned into a divine shortcut. This is the part they never saw coming. Type Amen to get blessing. 4040. You'll notice people from your past growing quiet, not because they've changed, but because they've been spiritually exposed. Some of them gave your name to the wrong mouths. Some offered you to the enemy with a smile on their face, but now, their silence is proof they feel the fire closing in. They'll say you've changed. And they'll be right, but not how they think. You've changed spiritually, eternally, permanently. You are not accessible the way you once were. Type Amen to get blessing. 909. Archangel Michael says, "Let this be the final warning for the watchers, the whisperers, and the wanderers, the ones who speak of you without knowing the cost. From this moment forward, your name carries thunder, not because you yelled, but because heaven echoes when you walk. The enemy may regroup. The jealous may plot, but no one will touch what has now been divinely elevated. You are not just protected. You are positioned." Type Amen to get blessing, 7000. There will be a shift in your relationships. The people who drain you will disappear, the ones who respected your silence will be drawn to you again, not to use you, but to align with you. You no longer have space for confusion. Only clarity, only truth. Only peace that doesn't come with a hidden price. Let them walk away, that was their last chance to stand near your favor. You didn't push them. Your glow simply revealed their shadows. Type Amen to get blessing, 4411 in the background. The stranger is now facing their own consequences. Their energy is crumbling. The one who instructed them is receiving spiritual backlash. They won't tell you. But soon, you'll hear rumors of strange misfortune, unexpected setbacks, exposed lies. It's not karma. It's heaven balancing the scales. They touched the edge of your aura and got burned. Type Amen to get blessing, 5005. Your name has been written in heavenly ink, uprated, elevated, encoded with fire. When people speak of you now, they will pause, something in them will hesitate. Even those with evil thoughts will feel sickness rise in their throat before they dare try again. That is the shield of the chosen, that is the reward of one who listened to warning. The silence of the knock was your crown being placed. Type Amen to get blessing, 6666, and now. This is your commissioning. Walk boldly. Walk like someone who survived an invisible ambush, walk like someone who the enemy fears mentioning. Let your steps remind the earth of your authority. Let your words shape the atmosphere, let your decisions become declarations. The world has no idea who you really are yet, but now they will find out. Because tonight, a stranger asked your neighbor about you, but heaven answered first. Type Amen to get blessing, 11111. The moment they asked about you, the air shifted. Time paused for just a breath, and in that breath, the heavens responded before your neighbor could. The energy they brought was thick with shadows, but the light within your space met it at the door. And light always devours darkness. They will never understand how close they were to something sacred, and how violently that holiness rejected their entry. Not with hands. Not with words, with presence. Type Amen to get blessing, 77777. From now on, your name is a warning bell in the spirit realm, a signal that says, do not come closer unless sent by divine instruction. Even angels now stand with swords, guarding what is yours. You will see the results in your physical world. Things that once resisted you will now flow. People who once ignored you will now chase your light. But they won't catch it unless permitted. You shifted too far beyond reach. Type Amen to get blessing. 33333, and now let this be spoken with finality. No stranger shall ever walk your road uninvited again. No darkness shall ever speak your name without trembling. No plan against you shall prosper, not even in thought. Your gates are not just guarded. They are anointed, and your story is now untouchable. Type Amen to get blessing, 121,212. This was not just an event, this was a line drawn in eternal fire. From this night forward, everything is different. You are no longer the watched, you are the watcher. You are no longer the target. You are the throne, and the throne cannot be moved by whispers. Type Amen to get blessing, 99,999.